Pleasure. Pleasures, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start boring part. Government, but this time I will be speaking about volley, DES, law, and a lot of nice things. As a government, you know, always government representatives come and say that, yes, you are the most important part of our job. And there is ways to measure it, whether it's true or not true. In government case, you can measure it by time spent on issue and funds. Do we really vote as a government for the issue with money? So normally, in such an audience, on a question whether deep tech is important, it would be very short answer, yes, of course, and that's it. And my less than a minute is done on stage. But I will try to prove that it is not just words. For Latvia, policy stage is leveled, so it's clear. For next till the 2027, it's quite straightforward. Government have approved, agreed, and pointed out that 27 billion euro export is a major target to be achieved in 2027. With such a precise goal, it's very bad because it can be measured. You can measure whether we are achieving this or not. In fact, in 2022, we reach 22 billion euro in export if we calculate in amounts of money which is measurable and comparable to euros of 2018. In absolute numbers, last year we reached 27 billion euros in export as a country, but for goal reasons, we didn't achieve it yet. And we have 5 more years to get there. Why this was so important and what its relation with deep tech and innovations? From these additional 10 billion euros, approximately 8 billion euros will come from existing companies. They're large companies, exporting companies, companies which is capable to grow by 3, sometimes even by 15% per year, and achieve these 8 billion euro in additional revenues from export markets. Clearly, it is impossible by cutting twice as much wood as we have, because it's impossible. Clearly, this is not possible by introducing twice as much people to work in Latvia as we have. We will remain in similar numbers as we are. So, but it is feasible. 8 billions we can achieve. Additional 2 billions, there is no existing company in Latvia yet who can add these 2 billion euros. So, and this is a part where all the startup ecosystem comes in play. These are companies which will be born till the 2027 and start to export both traditional industries and especially new one, service industries, industries which are developing products purely from knowledge. To achieve this goal, there is dedicated funds. Again, in this moment, play field is quite clear. It is nothing about promises. It is fixed amount of money which is available. And if you look from these nearly 1.5 billion euros in support mechanisms, these 4 mechanisms are directly targeted to startup ecosystem. Firstly, these are grants for new product developments. It is both research and in fact, it's just simple. It is a funding mechanism for supporting research and development. It is the biggest cost part of any startup. Secondly, several smaller SME instruments like vouchers, like training grants, like grants for covering costs which companies will endure while developing the new products. And lastly, but probably the most important part, is that these granting mechanisms are based on decisions of officials, of experts, but specifically risk capital programs, is the most important because they are based on real players in economy who are actually investing their own money, and government is just one of the investors, co-investors in these funds. So this part of money is dedicated for startup environment. Clearly, we will face situation when it will be not enough. Death Valley will be not covered only by these funds which government is dedicating. We expect, as it always happened, market clearly will be covering the majority of costs anyway. Our part is with these instruments covers the largest risk, the beginning of Death Valley part of funding and be capable to take these decisions and invest in the companies. So today, all discussions which is going on there is around these companies, you who are in this meeting, and most probably we will be very glad to see you as a clients, both in Latvia and Eastern development agencies, support mechanisms, and in cooperation with our risk capitalists, which will be transferring these funds to the startups. Thank you.
Thank you, Raimonds.